The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On second down now, it's Harris. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3rd and 7.
Here's Castillo to throw on third down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
This will be taken at the... And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Bills will take over the football with a first.
Go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone. Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out, turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard. Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
On third down, Dawson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Dawson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Number 21.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's third down.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bills 7, Chiefs nothing.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
He was brought down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. I do know from experience that when you start running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time, but you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that.
Who snuck right down the middle of the field. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end. Gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
second down. Mayo, and he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 18-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
First and goal.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd down, Mayo. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great air. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline.
Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
7 on the carry.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Operating from the gun. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got his target. That's more. And he is going to have a Bills first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Dawson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
To number 8.
From 19 yards away. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yeah.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Castillo. He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Castillo. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. From the gun, Castillo finding his safety valve here. That's complete. That's good. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So they'll come up after the incomplete. Came up a little short on the line. Get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Now the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So 6 seconds, all that remains in this first half as the kick is away. Here's Harris to return it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start in the NFC, and specifically the NFC South. Tampa Bay traveling to the Bayou to take on New Orleans. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. The Saints still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Next, we head off to check out another game. And at the half, they are down to the visiting New York Giants. The Giants seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. The Falcons trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Here's Harris to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On first down, Mayo. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, Dawson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw, Dawson. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Number 21, the ball carrier.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Off the bootleg, Dawson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact. From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. From the gun, Dawson. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Dawson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover it? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored it.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
To number 80.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Makes the score.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Castillo to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. That makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw is Castillo on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Ford. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Another carry.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10.